Hey, what's going on, guys? Today we're going to be putting in one of those cheap Amazon lockers in my 2000 Jeep Cherokee XJ. This is my cheap race Jeep. The brand name of the locker is Scitoo, I think. It was like the cheapest one on Amazon. It was like $89. So I'm going to go over and install it with you guys today. So hopefully you guys won't have some of the same troubles that I've already had with this thing. Because I've already had it in here and I took it back apart because I figured this would probably be a good video for you guys. So let's dive in. All right, when you get this thing in the mail, it's going to come in just a little plain cardboard box like this right here. And you'll open it up and all these parts down here will be inside, but they'll all be individually wrapped and everything. So let's go over what we got here. All right, so when you open that box, you're going to see all these parts inside. They'll be all individually wrapped, like I said. These two will be your outer gears. These two will be your inner gears. You got two cups. You have a cross pin, and you have some smaller cups. If you'll see these, you should have 4 of those. You should have 4 springs. You should have 4 dowel pins, and you should have 1 cross pin screw. Okay, guys, if you have it, use a 6-point box end wrench to take this carrier pin bolt out, or cross pin bolt. You have a lot better chance of not stripping this thing out if you have a 6-point versus a 12-point or trying to use the open end on this thing. So let's just get this thing popped out. All right, and we'll take that carrier pin bolt out. And we're going to get the carrier pin out. So let's rotate this around. All right. Okay, now we got the carrier pin out. Now you can see these spider gears will move freely now, so we can go ahead and pull those out. And how you'll do that, you can just push one and you'll see it, it'll walk right around. That's why they call it a spider gear, because it walks around like a spider. There we go, got those out. Make sure that the shims come out with it. Now, C-clips. We got to get the C-clips out. Push the axle shafts in, so you guys will notice that the diff cover is already off, obviously. I've also got the brake drums off, because I figured there's no need to show you that kind of thing, because if you're mechanically inclined enough to want to tackle this job, then you already know how to take a diff cover off and take a brake drum off. So I just skipped ahead on that. So let's go ahead and push the axle shaft in so we can free up this C-clip. There we go. Now you can do it with a magnet, or you can just reach in there and grab it. Now we're going to have to save this because we're going to reuse these. And we'll go ahead and take this and push it back out. And we're going to have to get the C-clip out of this side as well. Same thing. Push it. Whoop. There we go. That one just fell right out. Got to get it out of there. And we'll push the axle shaft back out. Now, we are free to take the side gears out. And you see this right here. This is a thrust washer. Okay? I'm going to be reusing the thrust washer. So we're going to pull that off. And we're going to save this, and we're going to set this off to the side. And the same thing over here. Pull this side gear out. Thrust washer. Take it off. Save it. Set this off to the side. So now we've got the case emptied out, and we're ready to start putting the locker in. Now, I want to talk to you real quick about these thrust washers, the ones that came from under the side gears. These things come in different thicknesses. They come in 4 different thicknesses. I haven't measured this one, but you see this round hole right here? I hope you can see the round hole. That indicates a certain thickness. Now you've got 3 other sizes. One of them won't have a hole at all in it. One of them will have a diamond in it, and I think the other one will have like a square. I'm not exactly sure, but if you put your locker together and this thing clicks and bangs and it just engages very, very harshly, that means your tolerances are a little bit too tight. So you can go online and order a set of these for like $6. They're at Quadratech, and I'll put a link down in the description so you guys will know where to buy these things at for the cheapest price. just in case you have that problem. So now that that's said, let's just go ahead and start sticking this thing back together. Okay, first thing we're going to do, side gear, thrust washer. We're going to slip that in on the driver's side. There we go, make sure it gets fully seated in there and that it spins freely. So, okay, we got that in there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to push the axle shaft back in. Ow. All right, so now the groove for the C-clip is exposed. All right, now how this thing goes together is this side gear will go in the carrier, and this is going toward the passenger side on this one. Okay, so then the axle shaft's going to come through. This cupped piece goes over the top of this, like that. Here's a problem that's kind of common with these things. This cup has a recess in it, and in that recess, the C-clip has to sit. It has to sit all the way in. So I'm going to have to grind this C-clip down just a little bit, just so it'll sit down in this pocket.
Grind
right
what
here.
down?
I'm going to have to grind the outside of the C-clip down just a little bit, so it'll sit down in that pocket. Yep. See, it doesn't need much. It does just a few thousandths is all it really needs, and we'll be able to slip it right in that pocket. And that's all it takes. Just like, what, it didn't even take me a minute. Nice and easy. So we're going to take this C-clip and we're going to put it in. And we're going to put the opening part of it down. That way it just hangs there. Take our cup. We're going to slide it in. And then we're going to make sure that everything goes together nice and easy. And when you know you got it right, if the end of the axle shaft is pretty much flush with the face of this cup. Now we're going to do the same thing for the other side. Slip it in there. Okay, what we're going to do now before we put these inner gears in is one of the more tedious things of the job. So you're going to take this little cup, whatever, this or pin cup, whatever it is, put a spring inside of it, okay? And you're going to want to drop it down in that pocket right there. Make sure that the pin moves freely, just like that. Then we're going to put the other one in the hole on the other side. Make sure it moves freely. Now, what we're going to do is, you see how these pins have this groove machined in them, okay? That's so this pin right here can slide by and hold this whole thing together. So we're going to take that pin, hope you guys can see, and we're going to push that in, and then we're going to take that dowel pin and stick it in there. See how it holds it down? And we're going to do the same for the other side. There we go. Now we got to do it to both of these. Okay, now we got both of them done. We're going to put our middle gear in and get you some nice good tacky grease. That way these parts will stick together and won't be trying to fall out on you. Gear goes in. There's two flats right here to allow you to slip it inside the carrier. And remember, this cupped piece, the recess or the pocket needs to go toward the axle shaft. So let's slide that in. Be careful not to knock those pins out. Come on. There we go. And there we go. You got to make sure, I don't know if you guys can see it up in there or not, the axle shaft should be pretty much flush with the back side of that cupped piece that's inside there. Okay? That means your C-clip is completely seated in like it should be. Alright, same thing on the other side. Make sure you got some good grease on there so it'll stick together. And you got your two flats. Just kind of snake those in. There we go. And it's going to be a little bit tricky because you got to get these things aligned. So you're going to want to align these two half moon sections, or these two round sections right here. You want to get those aligned. Oh boy. Okay, so let me get this one up there so it's meshed, and that one is meshed. Now we can take these two pins out. Alright, now you see it's applying some spring pressure there. This top one out. There we go. Now, if you'll look closely, you'll see these springs are not quite lined up with the pocket that they need to go in. And that's okay. All you have to do is turn the axle shaft just a little bit. There we go. See, now they're in where they're supposed to be. Okay? Now, let's roll this thing around. All right, roll it around till you see your other dowel pins. All right, we'll pull the pins out of this side. Make absolutely sure you do not skip this step, because it could end up being a bad day for you. Okay, now we've got to get our last C-clip in, and you see this recess right here. So we're going to have to jam something in here to hold these gears apart. All right, I've got a couple of small flathead screwdrivers, and we will just pry that open and stick it in there, and we will pry it open down here and stick that one in there. Now you'll see there's that cupped piece right there, so we're going to have to get it slid over. All right, now I hope you guys can see this. Let me I'll tell you what, I'm going to try to get you guys in there just a little bit closer. All right, so look right in here. Hopefully you'll be able to see the axle shaft slide by there. All right, you see it coming through there. Now there is the recess for the C-clip. I want to put some oil or some grease on the C-clip there so it slides and doesn't get stuck in there. So then we're going to slide it in right there. And slide it all the way in. And try to manipulate it around in there so that the opening is on the bottom. Sorry, I keep bumping you guys around, but that's the best I can do with the camera right in my way. Okay, so I've got the opening down on the bottom. So now we know that the C-clip is going to hang. So now we can take these screwdrivers out. Okay. One last thing. Okay, the last thing you'll want to do, well, next to the last thing you want to do, is you'll want to turn the locker so you can see through this hole. Now you see how this seat, or that cup is not quite seated right there? Not like this side. But we're going to have to jiggle it a little bit and see if we can't get that C-clip to seat a little better in that pocket of that. There we go. There we go. Now that's all it took, just me spinning it all the way around. Now you can see the axle shaft pretty much sits flush with the end of that cup piece. Now we are going to turn our carrier. Make sure that you get the side with your bolt hole so it's easily accessible. Now you're going to want to turn your axle shaft until all the holes line up. Get your new cross pin. I'll put a little bit of grease on it. It should slide in very easily Make sure that the bolt hole is aligned. If it's not, take a small pick and stick in there and get it aligned. Carrier pin bolt. Now it's, oh, look at that. Huh, this one does not fit mine. So, I believe I'll reuse the factory one. Yep, because it goes through that one. So I'm going to clean this off and put a little bit of Loctite on it. So hang on a second. All right, I've got some blue thread locker on it. All right, guys, that does it for the install portion of the video. I've got to go to Walmart and get some Diff lube, Diff oil, gear lube, whatever you want to call it. I've got to get some for the front and for the rear. So once I put all that in there, and I've got to get my front shocks taken care of first, so we will be testing it out in the next clip. So hang tight. Seems to work pretty good. I don't hear any weird clunks or bangs or anything like that. You can see right there, it locks up good and solid. So we got to get the Jeep loaded up for tomorrow's race day. But that's going to be it for this video. If you want to see how good the locker does in action, tune in for the next video, which will be a race day. And I appreciate you watching. See you next time.